Good morning, Ratman. We're fucking back, Erebus. I'm your host, Che Rock Puncher, and joining me is my co-host, Corgi Rock Tripper Over.
Bro, you peaked your mic when you called everyone
Erebus.
But it's fine, because it's going to get bleeped out anyway.
Yes, it's going to be a scream of, we're fucking back, and then a very calm Erebus. Yes.
We're fucking Erebus.
Yeah. Anyway, we always had Mon in the recording, which would have been funny. This is the episode that came out because it got delayed because I couldn't schedule her. But then Corgi wouldn't stop crying and made me play Dispatch, so she'd stop.
Well, you should probably preface that I was crying because of Dispatch.
Yeah, and I kept trying to not play episode 6, and then all the attempts to, hey, we should play something else, fell apart. And then you're like, we gotta play episode 6, and then you started crying in the end. I'm like, fucking, yeah, there it is. It's October. Don't look at the date. This definitely was delayed. I definitely didn't start writing this at the first week of October, and then remembered, oh yeah, October. And then it definitely was supposed to come out at the end of October, and definitely wasn't the beginning of December. We're back. Didn't mean to be over 2 months, but time is a void, and I got lost within its waves. I took a little break to relax. It went great. My dog had to go to the emergency vet because she got a UTI. If I didn't have pet insurance, it would have cost me $1,000. But I did, so it was only $250. Rough numbers. Was great. Ate up an entire weekend. Also, I was a butterfly, and I flapped my wings, and a 4-year-old got hospitalized, so that was fun. In a positive,
what?
I don't think I told you the story. No, I didn't. Anyway, in a positive, I started drawing again. Be doing that almost every night before bed while listening to Marvelous Miss Maisel. Great show, by the way. I've paused that for the past week because I've just been doing other stuff. I've been reading Immortal Hulk. This will come up later. And soon I'll be able to fire Corgi and replace her with me, and I will do all the drawings, and I will play her part as well. I could do all her lines. I'll be working on my impression. Hello, it's me, Corgi. I live in the bush and ate leeches. Tally-ho!
I'm going to kill myself on top of your fucking bed. No particular reason.
Anyway, today's episode is brought to you by Rat Insurance. Do you have cables that you are worried will go unnibbled? With Rat Insurance, you can make sure that no matter what happens, your cables will remain nibbled and semi-functional. And also, hype. We got a whole 5 hypes last episode and it gave us 25,000 hype points. I don't know what any of that means. But hey, that video did better than we had been doing recently. We'll see how we go after a 2-month break. Was it the hype or was it the 38,000 view short that came out the week before? Who knows? But do the hype thing again. Or you can send us money. Apparently that's a feature I didn't know I had enabled. Thanks for that, by the way.
Money is always good.
I still haven't claimed that money. I still haven't tied my bank account to the YouTube, so that money is just still sitting to be paid out.
I mean, classic.
Yeah. I meant to do that 2 months ago, and then I forgot. Should do that tonight when I'm editing this.
You won't remember.
I will when I'm editing this, and I'll hear this and go, yeah.
Yeah, I should do that. No, but I'm busy.
No. Yeah, so before we start, Corgi update, she's moving in with me soon. Might have a secondary hiatus once that happens, but also because Corgi is going to rock up to my house and learn that I don't live here. We rented it for 3 weeks. My wife and I aren't actually together. She's an actor. I don't have a dog. And the past 6 years of our friendship have been a lie. And all of this is leading up to an elaborate whose boat is that boat. So Corgi, whose boat is that boat? Corgi. Whose boat is that boat?
Don't talk to me.
Corgi, whose boat is that boat?
Don't talk to me. No, show's over. Show is over.
This is the whose boat is that boat for the episode, so answer the fucking question. There's an answer.
You know what's the funniest part? You haven't even sent me anything.
No, there's no boat. It's whose boat is that boat? What boat is the boat? That is the boat. When you show up to my house and realize I don't live here and I'm not real.
The friendship?
No, that's not the boat.
Could have been. I guess it would have to be the gonna reenact the entire revolution of Cuba, except I personally kill you at the end.
No, the boat is the boat to the mental institution when you have a breakdown when you realize that your life has been a lie.
You think I don't already have those?
Anyway, I should have hid a boat in your room. I should have gotten the tradie to put a boat above the ceiling in your roof. I'd do it myself, but the insulation will get everywhere, and also I don't have a ladder to get into my roof.
Also, just to preface before this episode begins, The usual app I use, GoodNotes, has had some fucked up shit happening. This episode and all future episodes are going to be in Procreate, which, on the bright side, is my home turf. But also on the
It also
downside,
might make
I ain't that good.
exporting quicker. Anyway, related to the episode, you know what I don't like? 4th edition battle tomes. I try to be positive on the channel, even when small things annoy me. The battle tomes have like 5-page sections that are multiple lore stories spread across all 3 ages. I counted 23 in the 3rd edition, and for the 4th edition battle tome, they take like 3 of those, and those are the only ones they have. They were literally like, Orruks don't like recording history, so fuck you, we aren't telling any. But I want to know. It's kind of why I'm reading these. Also, I almost completely skipped the Bone Splitters because they aren't even mentioned in 4th edition. They have lore somewhere. I found it on Reddit. It's a screenshot from a book. I have no fucking clue what book it's in. I tried to find it. The guy didn't post the fucking source, and it's just like, oh, okay. I'll have a short about that. Anyway.
Well then.
Yeah. First things first, I have to explain Gorka Morka again. In case, for whatever reason, this is your first episode. Gorka Morka, one god, can split into 2 gods if they get pissed at each other, and if they settle it, they merge back into 1 god.
Basically, you ever seen the movie Together? It's like that, forwards and in reverse. Spoilers?
Sure, I haven't.
Weird.
Here's the thing. The fun part of this video is there's stuff I feel like I don't have to explain because like everyone knows that, but like I would be shit at my job if I did that. And also Corgi only knows like parts. So there's some stuff that like you might be like, yeah, we know that. But maybe someone doesn't.
Usually me.
Anyway. Yeah.
Not because he hasn't explained it to me, but because I've completely forgotten.
Oh yeah. Before we get into the history, Corgi asked me this before we started recording. Simple question. What the fuck is an Uruk? It's a copyrightable orc. Big green fungus that loves fighting. High-key racist. I feel like people forget that the orcs in all the Warhammers, their whole thing is green is best, but like extermination of everything non-orc. Old 40k orcs even use Nazi imagery here and there, especially the Storm Boys, but even like the name Storm Boy. Anyway, people seem to forget that.
Great.
They do be based on football hooligans, and football hooligans have a history with racism. It's kind of the point.
Okay, but hypothetically, what if you painted yourself green? Would they fall for it?
No. Orcs aren't that stupid.
You sure?
Yes.
Then everything I have been told about this fucking franchise is a lie.
Yes. It's a problem. People, the fundamental misunderstanding of the orcs is a genuine problem within the fucking, like, we did the video about like orc magic, and the amount of comments I got of people being like, no, but that is how they work. No, it's not. It's not how they work. You're dumb. Shut the fuck up.
Canon versus
Read
fanon.
a fucking book, idiot.
It's just canon versus fanon.
Yes, but the problem is there's a lot of like fanon and 40k that is it's relatively harmless, where it's just like, I mean, it's all harmless. It's a fucking game. Who gives a shit? But like it's harmless in the sense that like, oh, maybe a conversation that you think didn't take place, or the Lamenters have a fucking war cry that isn't actually their war cry. It's stuff like that. Whereas the orcs is a fundamental misunderstanding of how the orcs function, their culture, everything they believe, and everything they do. It's like if you presented them like you present someone, these are the orcs, and then they get every detail wrong. It's the Star Wars. My God, everything that every word of that sentence was what was the line? Everything that you just said is wrong. That's the orcs. It's someone describes the orcs and it's just like not a single part of that is correct. All of that is wrong.
That's not how the orcs work.
Yeah, that is exactly it. That is not how the orcs work. They're not stupid. Like, they're dumb. They don't think things through, but they're not stupid.
They're impulsive.
They can't be like, yeah, it's not like, oh, they're easily tricked. And they can plan things. They all plan. They don't like plan well, but they can plan things. In the Gaz book, there is a character in the Gaz book, Biter, what's his their name? Biter who bites faces before they bite their face, I think is the full name, but they just call him Biter. Biter works as a translator, is hired by the Imperium to function as a translator in exchange for money because Biter enjoys the hobby of collecting Imperial, like, Imperium stuff. So he dresses like a commissar, looks like a commissar, because his hobby is collecting things that the Imperium do. And, like, making little makeshift medals that he sticks to his jacket so he can look like a commissar. That's his thing. And he's there to kill someone. And they don't know about it for days until he goes, well, I've gotten all the information I need. And then he just fucking kills the person and leaves. Like,
In other words,
he had a plan the entire time. It was, I'm going to steal their fucking money. I'm going to kill this motherfucker. And, like, he wasn't, like, there to kill the person, but he kind of just killed the person purely out of spite. It was just like, I don't like this person. I'm going to fucking kill him. Which is sad because she was one of the best characters in the book.
in other words,
was
they thought that they were dealing with an autistic orc that was just like, oh, look at his special interest. And in reality, the orc was just like, I've killed 1,000 people. You think I'm an... No, wait, no, I know a better comparison.
That is his special interest. But it's also, he learned Low Gothic. He learned an entirely separate language because of his interest in fucking humanity. He was interested in humanity, went, I'm going to learn their fucking language. Learnt their language and can function as a translator between Makari and the Imperium because he knows he's bilingual. And then people go, oh, they're fucking stupid and they don't know shit. Motherfucker, they're capable of bilingual. Or trilingual. They could probably learn multiple languages.
This is exactly like when you have a grandfather that survived the war and you're like, oh, look at my little pip-pop. That dude has so many confirmed kills. He's done so many war crimes. But it's fine because he looks like a little grumpy old man now in a recliner. But no, that motherfucker was a goddamn bullet. He's got a purple
it's just
heart.
a guy looking like a pretend commissar, speaking in a language that is not his natural language. And everyone goes, wow, these guys are fucking stupid. Is he? Or does he just like to pretend to be a human and learnt their fucking language? And they're all like that. Makari can also speak Low Gothic, so can Gaz. Like, and granted, Makari's a fucking immortal being and Gaz is a fucking... Gaz is Gaz. And again, this is like 40k, but the same thing extends to, like, it's not... They'll get briefly touched on in this episode, but it's not at the point of the episode. It'll be a next episode. But the Cruel Boys. The whole point of the Cruel Boys is they are incredibly intelligent. They lean into cunning instead of brutal. Because orcs are brutal but cunning. That's the whole thing. Brutal but cunning. One of the two things that they value is intelligence. And they are intelligent. They are very intelligent. And the more they fight, the smarter they get. It's kind of the point of the orcs. They get smarter as they fight. And that's scary. The point of it, an orc where they are genuinely operating at, like, Gaz level intelligence is they are scary because they are smart.
It's like thinking Genghis Khan was just a barbarian. Like, no, that motherfucker was a fucking... What is it? I almost said statistician.
Philosopher king?
Also that, strategic.
What do you look for?
Strategist.
Strategic. Yeah, strategist. Yeah.
God, I was having a stroke there.
Yeah, to be fair, Genghis Khan's, a lot of his strategy was...
intercept the enemy army into your army.
No, it was two things. It was, one, overpowering force, and... there's a word I'm looking for, but I can't remember. Biological warfare. That's the word I was looking for.
I just hit biological warfare and immediately think Agent Orange. So what the heck did he do?
When he would siege cities, he would put corpses of cows and just other dead animals onto trebuchets and fire them over the city walls, which would spread rot and decay and disease into the city and just wipe out cities with like cholera and shit like that.
Shit, that is pretty fucking baller.
Yeah, it was entirely, hey, biological warfare is one of the first, like, recorded incidences of biological warfare. He wasn't the first to do it. Multiple people became aware of the fact of, if you just fire diseased things across walls, it goes poorly for the people in the walls. People were aware of hygiene. Contrary to popular belief, people were aware of hygiene and the problems. They just didn't know how it worked. But anyway, fuck, that was a tangent and a half, and it's probably going to be staying at the beginning of the episode because it is actually related to hey, orcs don't work the way that you think they do. Anyway, Orruks, right? Actual episode now.
Not
Orruks
to be confused with Uruk-hai.
Yes, not to be confused with Uruk-hai. It's probably where they got the name, but it's also still legally distinct enough that they can copyright. Orruks are strong-willed, stubborn, yet adaptable motherfuckers capable of living just about anywhere, and despite that, the battle tomes only ever really talk about them being in Gur, despite them existing in every realm except Azir, which tracks.
Yeah. What do you mean they're not divine enough for heaven?
Yeah. Well, Gorka Morka was, and there probably were Orruks in Azir for a little while. When Gorka Morka was there, but they haven't been there for a very long time.
Did they all just get booted out when it was just like, okay, your patron has fucked up, get out!
Yeah, we'll get to Gorka Morka's leaving, but basically they probably once they left, like once Gorka Morka left the Pantheon of Order, if there were Orruks in Azir, they probably got kicked out. It's probably like, okay, leave. Anyway, like, literally the entire point of the Cruel Boys is they moved to a place so intensely inhospitable that they were constantly being killed, and instead of just leaving, they were like, nah, yeah, we could figure this out. And then they did.
Like, oh no, they have us overpowered. Wait, we're fucking orcs.
I talk about it later on, but there's a group of Orruks that ended up in a garden of Nurgle, which is, you know, it's a portion of the realm of chaos controlled by Nurgle and is just rotten disease.
It's like a regular garden, except every flower is a corpse flower.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
And they survived. Like, this kills them in days, right? And it established, like, they all got dysentery almost immediately. And they
survived the Oregon Trail?
They survived for weeks before Nurgle went, okay, damn, boys, didn't know you had that dog in you. Respect, and then let them go. Just went, Jesus, okay.
Oh, they're orcs. Yeah, I'm not fucking with that.
It's established as still sort of chaos corrupted, but he was still just like, all right, I did this to kill you, and you just didn't die. What do I do here? I guess you can go.
God, Chase, I'm already doing better at this app than I am with GoodNotes. Like, you are gonna love this shit. No, that's not yellowy enough. I
just love the idea of, like, you know, a god being like, fuck you in particular, smiting you, and you just going, no, fuck you, and tanking it. And then the god goes, alright, damn, didn't know you were built like that. Alright, let's just leave. Alright, we'll go our different ways. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we call that the Kratos principle, where it's just like, oh, okay, he's built different, we're gonna go.
Yeah, I was thinking more like, you know, you're just walking down the street and then fucking Zeus throws a lightning bolt and then you get struck with the lightning bolt. Get back up, be like, I ain't hear no bell. And Zeus go, alright, okay.
I just straight up think of Punch Up, like someone throwing a goddamn boulder at him and he just stands back up and he's like, okay, is it my turn now? My turn to fight?
In lore, no one is 100% on what their deal is and their reproductive cycle, right?
They just know that one orc usually means a billion orcs. It's like...
Yeah, basically. Whether they reproduce like humans and the like, or if they reproduce what we as the audience know to be more in line with the truth, but even then it still provided like several different possibilities of it's basically this thing, but the exact specifics on how it works. Yeah. Well, they are a fungus. And when they die, they become a green goo that disperses into the ground in search of nutrients, and then become a little worm thing with teeth, which can grow into a small Uruk called a youth, which ventures into the world to join a clan and learn its culture.
I'm sorry, you get... I just immediately think of that fucking snake thing from Prometheus. Was it Prometheus?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I just think of that fucking thing.
There's a snake thing in Prometheus. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you know, the one that, when it stood up, it was like a stingray standing on its tail.
Yeah. Sort of a lamprey thing, but yeah. Or something like that. The specifics change and are presented as in lore theory / research. It's also theorized that the presence of a Wa will increase the speed in which this happens. Point is that because they are a fungus that reproduces through a mycelial network, hard to get rid of. And the Uruk-Wa means there will probably be another one at some point. The thing is, too, Uruks simply don't give a fuck.
They're just built different.
How their biology works and their reproductive cycle doesn't matter. Not important. They simply exist, and that is enough. All that matters is who's the biggest Urruk and who's got to take a beating for being small. It's the only thing they care about.
Okay, but what's worse, a Skaven infestation or an Urruk infestation?
Well, you can wipe out a Skaven infestation. You can wipe out an Urruk infestation, but it will come back. You have to like within 40k, right? It establishes the only way to get rid of a orc infestation is to nuke the world. Like literally exterminate the world and burn it down. You don't have that technological capabilities in Age of Sigmar, so you just have it now. You get an Urruk infestation and it's like, oh,
well,
okay, they're just here now forever.
Nomads are getting rid of that one.
Like you might be able to kill them all, and then it'll be like 500 years before they get into a size to attack you again. So you might be able you will be good, and your children will be good, and your children's children will be good. Unless you're an elf, in which case, get fucked. You're gonna have to deal with this in 500 years. You, specifically, will have to deal with this in 500 years. And you will be surrounded by humans who are like, I don't know, hasn't been an orc problem. And you're like, no, we went through this 1,000 years ago. They will be back in 500 years. We got rid of them 500 years ago. We're getting on the 400-year mark. It's gonna be your generation or your kid's generation to deal with these fucking Orruks. We need to prepare for this shit. And they're just like, I don't know, man. You just seem like an elf, and you're just kind of like complaining about things.
Hip-hop's complaining about the Vietnamese again.
Things. Yeah. All you ever do as an elf is complain about things, and you're just like, no, please, the Orruks will attack us. It's basically how it's gonna work.
No wonder the elves fucking hate us.
Meanwhile, the dwarves are in the sky, and they're just like, fuck you. We don't have to deal with Orruks. They do, but, they don't have to deal with Orruks.
Yeah, just fucking airlock
settling their lands and then never being able to remove them because they're now embedded in the soil. The Orruks just have a sky fleet. We'll talk about it next episode. And they just occasionally fucking attack the dwarves. Anyway, speaking of the Orruks don't give a shit about goddamn thing. Also, despite having a god, they aren't even that particularly religious. Here's a quote. Orruks don't pray to Gorkamorka or seek his blessing. That would be begging, and begging is cowardice.
Very true.
God exists, that's cool. Not their problem. Even in death, they don't really think about it. The Bone Splitters did, but they got squatted. When an Urruk dies, its soul goes to the Great Green. A lot of random sources use the word Viridian. Green was too simple a word, apparently.
I mean, yeah.
But it is a realm of energy that sustains Gorkamorka, can later be reincarnated to fuck shit up, right? Their souls can be reincarnated. So the chances are, if you're fighting an Urruk, it's probably an Urruk that's already lived and died. Now, it's worth noting that there are multiple afterlives in Shaish that is filled with Urruks. Sometimes...
Oh, thank God I'm dead. Now I don't have to worry about Orruks. Fuck!
Yeah, well, when a soul dies, it goes to Shaish and it goes to its specific realm, right? So all the humans go to the human realm, and the elves go to the elf realm. We've talked about the spider realm in the previous episode. There is a realm where when spiders go, it goes to the spider afterlife. When everything dies, it goes to an afterlife, and that afterlife is a physical place in Shaish that you can just go to.
And orcs have infiltrated the other places.
Well, so either they go to the Great Green, or they go to, that's a lie, and they go to a place in Shaish. They go to a realm in Shaish. But there are multiple afterlives, so it's not like all humans go to the same afterlife in Shaish. Humans go to different afterlives in Shaish, but they're all human afterlives.
Yeah.
It's completely meaning this means, as I said, the orc belief of the Great Green might not exist. However, as Corgi was getting on and I was trying to diverge her to bring it back.
Bring it back now, y'all.
Because the afterlife is just a thing you can enter through a door, a green door, if you will in this case. As I said, I've been reading Immortal Hulk. The prevailing theory is that these aren't actually Urruk afterlives and more just places the Urruks have invaded and taken over. It can be done. We know the Skaven have done a similar thing. Though they were taken over by the ghosts of Skaven that broke out of Skaven heaven.
What does Skaven heaven look like?
It's full of rats. And they're digging holes out of heaven into other people's heavens. They're just invading heaven.
You're relaxing on a beach. You've been a fucking space marine for long enough, and you're like, finally, I've done my service to the Emperor. I've done my duty. I can live on in honor. I can relax. And why is there a weird rat staring at me eating my cheese?
Space Marines never retire.
No, but they retire in death, is what I mean.
Yeah, as a dreadnought.
Oh, duh, right. I completely forgot about dreadnoughts.
Also, in 40k, when you die, your soul goes to the warp and then gets fucking eviscerated.
Then how is there an afterlife?
Contain the psychic energy to maintain its soul in the warp. Very few things. Pretty much everything that is psychic will just have its soul eviscerated the moment it enters the warp. Anyway, imagine for a second, right? You die.
No.
And you rock up in heaven. And Abraham is showing you around. And then he goes, just a heads up, stay out of Mormon heaven. You just laugh it off and go, oh man, you guys really hate the Mormons. And he just stares at you blankly for a moment and tells you, no, actually, the orcs found a door and went through and killed all the Mormon ghosts and claimed Mormon heaven for themselves. They aren't even dead. They're all alive. We're in a constant war with them, trying to keep them from spreading. But just keep an eye out. We might have to evacuate more heavens. And then would have to go to Boglemism heaven. And they're weird. It's basically what it is.
I wish I understood that reference, but I have no idea what the word you just said was, and all I thought of was boganism.
No, Bogomilism.
For Bogleborn.
Bogomilism. Yeah. Anyway, you know who fell off hard? Katy Perry. Never liked her music, but man, fell off hard. Point is, writing these in a waiting room suck. But very productive. Just watch a child eat shit into a chair because they were looking at, they weren't looking where they were sprinting. Remember that, it was very funny.
Yeah, but all I can think of is, well, she's doing well for herself. She's dating the Canadian Prime Minister, which is a choice.
Is she?
Yeah, she's with Justin Trudeau.
Anyway, sort of lastly about Uruk culture, is they aren't always run by the biggest, fightiest orc. They usually are, but Gorka Morka rewards cunning as much as he rewards brutality. So, if you can outthink all the other challenges, you have as much claim to leadership as anyone else, which has led to the occasional boss of a war clan being a grot. However, their leadership can only last so long. You can only out-cunning and get encrumped for so long before you can't escape being crumped. However, if you're brutal enough, you might be able to make yourself uncrumpable. The meaniest git can take a fist to the face and not lose a tooth, and can return it just as much back. Tiny little grot git can't outthink a 9,000 Newton punch towards their head at 90 k's an hour. Grots, simply, gonna get crumped. It's the rule of things.
I just imagine a little grandma that outsmarted everyone and now she's just the leader.
Yeah, that is possible. As long as you can out-cunning. Like, it's not... There are greenskins that aren't just grots and Urruks or stuff. And it was just like, it could be any of them. Like, a orc clan can get ruled by, like, a hobgrot, or there's another one, I don't remember their fucking name, but, like, as long as you're destructive enough, or cunning enough, within, like, the culture enough, and green skinny enough, you could, in theory, like, as I said, like, it's 40k thing, but Orruks could make deals with humans, quite easily, as long as the humans respected Uruk culture, and were just like... okay, we're going to do it your way. Because that's what Sigmar did. We'll get to that a bit later. But
Sigmar's based.
Sigmar, the Uruks, humans, Sigmar, and Gorka Morka were all in an alliance for a while. Because Sigmar went, hey, do your thing, but do your thing for us. And Gorka Morka went, all you had to say was do our thing. Anyway, Uruks live for the Wa, a word only pronounced through the loudest scream possible. That basically means... all manner of war, be it as simple as a battle or as large as a crusade.
A trench crusade?
Ha 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 ha, fuck yourself. All Uruks nearby will join the shout, and off to battle they go. Sometimes they launch into a big war, where all the clans together will join in an enormous raging crusade, and sometimes includes grots and other Gorka Morka worshipping forces. Speaking of a war magic. Kind of works the same as a 40k war field, but not really, because it does seem to have... Because while it does seem to have some degree of passive probability manipulation, but it's also like just straight up the magic force that shamans pull energy to power spells, and Orruks believe it comes from the Great Green, but they aren't 100% because, again, they don't think too hard about these things.
Same.
And also, shamans are able to use it when they tell stories, so you can see, hear, and smell the events in their stories.
Same.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, history time. You ready for history time, Corgi?
Nope.
Okay. In the beginning, Gorkamorka. In the beginning, I'm gonna fucking throw a rock at you.
Sorry, you did that anyway.
In the beginning, Gorkamorka was having a fun old time with the immortal realms, just hanging around, doing shit, fighting shit, hanging out with the Bone Splitters, who are pretty much the only Uruk culture at this time. And then humans showed up, and Uruks weren't too happy about it, because, like, you know, but, like, it'll take a bit before things go tits up on that end.
As they do.
So, yeah, so a long fucking time ago, during the Age of Myth, and before Sigmar got sig-woken the fuck up, everything was just a big old ruckus, and everyone in Gur was having a great time with all the fighting and crumping and smashing, but there were two notable civilizations. But also, like, the person who told the story specified that they weren't civilizations, but that's also not how words work. They were. So, we have the Draconith of Vexoth Skull. We've talked about them before. They're the dragons that the humans ride. They are the children of Dracothion.
Oh, that they ride.
Ha ha ha. Fuck yourself.
That's true.
Yeah. Fucking you and your fucking monsters and fucking... Anyway. Then, the giant centaur things.
What?
Drogrock of Dons. Drogrok of Dons. So the Drogrok would use their giant-ass hooves to carve holes in mountains and spires to live in and communicated between settlements using eagles. You know, like a civilization.
You won't understand this reference, but sounds like a Lionel to me.
Don't.
The Lionels are the horse creatures from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
You know, the game you never finished or got past.
Never played.
Yeah.
My wife bought it, and then she didn't play it, and I never played it.
I love it. Great game.
Anyway, I played the Phantom Hourglass, and that was the only Legend of Zelda game I have ever played.
Also based
and it will
as well.
probably remain the only Legend of Zelda game I ever play. I might play the train one at some point, the one that's the sequel to Phantom Hourglass.
I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name.
Trains of Time or some shit. Anyway, the
Spirit
Drogrok
Express.
went, man, we rule the earth, we're so good, and these fuck-ass lizards birds rule the sky. We should be friend. Supposed to say friends, but I accidentally wrote friend, so I'm simply reading it as the script says.
I'm simply reading it as past me said, so blame past me, not me.
So they became friends, and together they fought the Shaggoths. They're like immortal dragon centaurs and a bunch of other things no one knows if they exist. Possibly the Silent People. I talked about them in a recent short. It was writing that where I'm like, oh shit, I should talk about the Silent People, and then I made the short about the Silent People. And then there was supposed to be more, but someone didn't listen to instructions of just give me like a 30-minute sketch, and went, what if I paint a fucking masterpiece?
Still working on it.
Fuck you. Yeah! It was supposed to be 30 minutes!
Yeah, but I don't like half-assing things.
The point is it's half-assed! The point is it's a small little thing so I can make a short.
I want to be proud of it!
Yeah, but like I could turn a short in like once a week, and then that's fine. But if you take like 5 days to make a fucking picture, then I can't do that because you're also supposed to be drawing fucking comic books!
I'm drawing a rocking chair.
Fuck you. Anyway. Where was I? Point is...
Yelling at me?
Yes, always. Shit was great. Everyone was having a grand old time, right? Then Gorgos, one of the tribal leaders, decided to be a fuckwit and get laid.
Lucky.
Yeah. He had a kid, a thundering moron by the name of Kragnos. Now, Kragnos really wanted to ruin a good thing and go to war with everyone, especially the Draconith, because they liked learning things and doing magics. Then he had a disagreement over a woman with his brother, so he beat him to almost death and then fucked off to find glory. Heavy quotes of glory. I don't like Kragnos. He's stupid.
Some name.
Yeah, here's a bunch of meaningless words. He and his companions slew the serpents of Nizar, broke the walls of Urharacho with the force of their bellows, and shattered ice floes with hooves shot in rack and ruin. And the early Uruks saw this and went, this guy's fucking dope, let's follow him. And then fed him a fuck ton of Amberbone, the realm stone of Gur.
And that went super fucking awful, like it No doubt sounded.
No. Nope. What he thought of this, who knows? But both the Uruk worship and all the magical rocks he was eating turned him into the god of earthquakes. So Kragnos became a god now. So now, a god, he was able to follow his one true goal. Kill all the Draconists to spite his dad. So
we've all been there.
he attacked Vex's skull, destroyed all their buildings and shit, killed all their babies, and smashed their eggs. So then, the Draconists wiped out the Drogoth, and to a degree, themselves. Then, Kragnos fought the twin Draconith princes, the sons of Dracothion himself, which he probably would have won. But what happened next, no one really knows. Except us, the audience. We know. In the universe, most people have no idea. But maybe aliens from space got involved.
Aliens from space got involved?
Yeah.
Tracks.
We know.
Fuck!
This is... It's not wrong. Aliens
No,
from space did, in
right,
fact,
you're
get
on the
involved.
wrong layer.
Bullied. Idiot. I've done that before. It's annoying.
Fuck!
Time to merge layers.
No, I can't because it's the coloring layer. It's fine. It's fine. Fuck.
Anyway, second. So technically, aliens from space did in fact get involved. We know the goat himself, Lord Croak, locked him in a fucking pocket dimension outside of time and space, and in return, the Seraphon got what few Draconith eggs remained, which is why they still exist to this day. He did, however, kill 2 Slant going out, which is not great. Can't really replace those. But also, like, Lord Croak
I'm
is
sorry,
dead.
2 what?
Slan.
Oh, like, right.
No, not like Slanesh. We've had this conversation.
I forgot!
They're giant magic frogs. Lord Croak is one of them.
Oh, fucking frogs, duh. I forgot about the frogs.
They're giant magic frogs. They were created by the old ones. There are 5 generations of them. And then the old ones fucked off. And now they don't reproduce anymore because their reproduction seemed to be related to the old ones. And now because the old ones aren't there, which is why, I mean, you can't really replace the death of 2 Slants. They are a finite number. However...
Instead of being afraid to pee, like, you know, how you can't pee with someone watching you. They can't reproduce without the old ones watching you.
Yeah, basically. Lord Croak is dead, so they can't just refuse death.
No, they killed him.
Which I'm pretty sure Nagash fucking loves. Lord Croak died in Old World. He died in Old World and then survived the entire, like, Old World. And then made it into Age of Sigmar and is still around in Age of Sigmar. Again, as a dead person.
Man too angry to die.
Yeah, basically. He died and then just went, nah, I don't think I will. And then just fucking stayed around as a corpse. He's not as powerful as a corpse because he has to spend a lot of his magical energy keeping himself alive. But he is...
Straight up just said dying is gay.
Yeah. Dying is cringe. Anyway, I'm sure Nagash fucking loves the fact that the Slan can just sort of refuse death. To make a reference that 3 people are going to get. It's like when Rimmer died and death came for him and he just kneed death in the balls and ran away. Probably what happened with Croak, but again, he died before Nagash was the god of death, so not 100%, and not like 100% on the timeline, but possibly before Nagash was even born.
That is a Rimmer thing to do.
Yeah, it's on the end of the final episode before they brought the show back. Anyway, I believe his words are, not today, matey, and then he fucking knees death in the balls and runs away. Anyway, Kragnos stayed as a sort of god figure to the Orruks alongside Gorka Morka. We'll get back to this. Not in this episode, but we will get back to this.
Someday!
Yeah. It's during all of this that the Iron Jaws culture started to arise. Again, next episode. We'll be talking about the cultures and the modern history. Now, after all this was said and done, Sigmar gets found and woken up by Dracothion. And here's a quote. A twin-tailed comet is seen above Gur, and the fists of 1,000 shamans are shaken at the sky. Literally, old man yells at cloud. Sigmar wakes up, and the Orruks get mad. Still hasn't got tits up yet.
Yeah, being the operative word.
Yeah, at some point, Gorka Morka, on his endless rampage, fights a god beast, basically an animal so powerful it becomes a god through magic shit, but it's still an animal, sometimes not always smart, but sometimes it is. Dracothion is a god beast, and sometimes it's none of the above, such as Drakatoa, an amber landslide.
Jesus.
A landslide of amber. Amber, that is sliding. across land is a god.
Damn mosquito god?
Yeah. And Gorka Morka went, you know what? I can take it. He could not.
Oof.
Because it's a fucking landslide, Corgi. It's a fucking landslide. Gorka Morka hit it with his club and then got fucking eaten by a landslide. But,
I just wouldn't die.
yeah, that's what happened. Drakatoa can't eat Gorka Morka, so now Gorka Morka is stuck in a landslide. For a very, very long time.
So he's become
Then-
the Jurassic Park mosquito.
Yeah, basically. Then Sigmar and Dracothian show up to recruit him to the Avengers Initiative and use their magic to drive Drakatoa back to get him out of that. What happens with Drakatoa? He is never seen again, but it's established he's not dead. Again, he's a landslide.
They got him. What? It's a shame. I liked him too.
Yeah, basically. So then, Gorka Morka, still fucking pissed about the whole I got eaten by a god landslide thing, fucking sucker punched Dracothion and knocked him the fuck out and started a fight with Sigmar. They hit each other with their weapons so hard it formed the Mountains of Miraz, reminding you that the titular Warhammer is called Gal Miraz.
Oh, that's why it's Warhammer.
Yeah. It's the one on the branding. So
I just thought it
all
was
the
a
beings
fancy word
of
for
Gur
war.
show up and go, this is fucking dope as shit, and watch two gods punch the fuck out of each other for 12 days before they realized, hey, this guy, top tier foe, shook hams?
Hands!
Hands.
You hold my ham, I hold your ham. Shake, shake.
Shook hands and laughed at destroying a fucking continent in a fistfight. And then Sigmar asked him to join the Pantheon of Order, their little god team he was setting up. Gorka Morka's role was simple. Kill all the monsters in the land that were causing an issue. And Gorka Morka hit him with the, you had me at kill. Because
You
that
son
was
of
his
a
plan
bitch,
anyway.
I'm in.
It's literally, hey, can you do me a favor? I need you to kill. I'm in. You didn't hear the rest of it. I didn't need to. You said kill and hey, let's go. Let's do this. What's happening? Who am I killing? Is it everyone? I really like it to be everyone.
I need you to
but
kill, and then he just turns over and Gorka Morka's already just like fucking pounding the shit out of a dude, and he's like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, sweetie.
It was great for Gorka Morka because that was his plan anyway. It was like, hey, can you continue to do the thing that you're doing? And he was like, yes, I will do that. And I get friends. I get friends for doing the thing I'm already doing. Fucking awesome.
Us.
It's like when you're like walking down the street and you just like stab a random dude and then you see a witness and he's like, hey! And then he stabs a random dude and you're like, hey! And then you just fucking stab him to people. That's basically what happened.
A very relatable and not at all needs questioning moment. For legal reasons,
We've all
this is
been
not
there.
a joke.
What was it that I said in the last episode? That
Again, you're
the,
asking me.
I think it was, I said that the grots occasionally leave their dark holes to go stab some humies real good, and then followed by me going, same.
You're just vibing, enjoying your day, and then all of a sudden, at least I'm assuming this is what I'm remembering. You just get chased down by a meatball with a knife.
Not the meatball. That's the squigs. Anyway,
Meatball's funny.
it fucking works a treat. Him and the Orruks just go about killing every monster, and cities and civilizations sprout up behind him as these lands become safe for occupation. There really probably should have been some commas in there, but I didn't put them in the script, and it made it sound like he was destroying monsters and cities and civilizations, but that's not what he was doing. He was killing monsters, and then cities and civilizations sprout up.
Bad rider.
Yeah, a little.
Wait, no, you're supposed to contend with me. Or...
Anyway, enter Chaos. Now, this is a creative retelling of events, but Chaos saw this and went to Gorka Morka and went, hey, you know you're Sigmar's dog, right? Just doing what he asked. And Gorka Morka went, fuck off, nerd. And then he continued doing his shit. And then Sigmar asked him to go kill someone else. And Gorka Morka went, fuck! The nerds were right. And then he yelled, wah! Starting a great wah. This is when the humans thing went tits up. That's called foreshadowing.
Isn't that a literary device in which...
Yes. Foreshadowing is a literary device.
Sorry, I'm drawing a snake
Now-
with a knife in its mouth.
Okay. Based on something that was incorrect? Sure.
Yeah, because it's an image that I thought was funny.
Alright. This is when the humans thing. No, I read that. So they, the Orruks and Gorkamorka, marched through the mortal realms, destroying everything they could until they reached the end.
What's at the end?
Like the end of the mortal realms. Nothing. So Gorkamorka looked into the void of space and nothing in front of him and spat off the edge, and then they fucking turned around and did it again. So Gorkamorka is fighting so hard, his nature is just conflict and war, and then he starts having a conflict and war in his own head and splits into Gork and Mork, and they start fighting. Then all the Orruks that have followed him start fighting, and then everyone just splits off and goes their separate ways. Somewhere around here, the Cruel Boys culture starts. We'll be talking about that again the next
I hate it
episode.
when parents have a divorce.
Yeah. Briefly, very briefly, the Orruks and Gorkamorka join up with the Pantheon of Order again to try and fight the invasion of Chaos at the Battle of the Burning Skies, which Order lost and the Age of Chaos started, and that's literally it for Gorkamorka as far as I can tell. He's just fucking gone from the setting. Like, he's not dead. There are references to, like, maybe doing shit in your normal God works in mysterious ways way, but considering the other gods are still around and actively doing stuff, Gorkamorka just straight up disappearing is kind of weird. Some followers of Sigmar believe that he was murked by Chaos. I wrote murked and then autocorrect said marked, and it confused me for a second. Murked by Chaos. Orruks, though, believe that he is a fundamental force of nature and does not need to take form to be felt, which kind of, yeah.
He's just in the air, man. He's just a vibe.
Yeah. The Wa is felt through all things, is the best way to describe it. The Wa is everywhere. It's like the Force. The Wa is like the living force. It exists in all things. But then there are some Orruks that can draw the Wa and use it as a force by using the Wa.
Use the dark side of the Wa.
Basically. When you think of the Wa,
Wait.
think of it like the Force.
Wait.
And Uruk's a Jedi.
Hold on. You know we do not grant you the title of master on this. That, but with one of the guys that ends up ruling the orcs, even though he's not an orc by technicality. Add that to the list.
You can add it to the list.
No, because I can't remember the name of it, and I will forget.
The Orruks are the Jedi. Let's just start our own misinformation. Uruk's a Jedi. That's it. That's our misinformation. Uruk's a Jedi. Anyway.
What, you guys didn't know that? You call yourself fans of Warhammer?
Yeah. Which brings us to the Age of Chaos, which, quite simply, the Orruks fucking love. They are having a fucking ball. What do you mean? All war, all the time, everywhere? What? This is what the Orruks dream of. This is great, Corgi. This is the best thing to have ever happened.
Yippee!
If you're saying yippee, it's not getting caught by the mic, and it's just a like quietly in the background. Just,
sad.
Meanwhile, Archaon the Everchosen, a guy whose name I correctly pronounced this time instead of Archon.
Which, funnily enough, does mean God.
Does it?
Mm.
Cool. Thanks. Great talk. Fantastic job. This means God. Really? Go fuck yourself.
It does in Genshin. In Gnosticism, any of a number of world-governing powers that were created with the material world by a subordinate deity called the Demiurge or Creator is an Archon.
Fucking idiot. Anyway. So, Archaon the Everchosen, in his suicidal attempt to destroy everything so he can just fucking die already, released... Sorry, I'm trying to read through tears in my eyes.
We might need to take a quick break so you don't fucking...
He realized the orcs might actually pose a genuine issue to this plan of killing everything so he can fucking die.
Just like me being an issue to this fucking podcast. I swear I'm more of a detriment sometimes.
So, quick aside on Archaon. Basically, he's the Antichrist. And Satan was like, hey, time to destroy the world. And he went, I'd rather not. So Satan went, well, too fucking bad. So he actually went and did it. And finally, got peace in the end of everything, and then a new world was created, and Satan, in this case, the four chaos gods, and not, but not the Great Horn Rat, because Archaon doesn't like him, went and found a soul, hit him with the wake the fuck up samurai, we got a city to burn, and Archaon just went, well, I'm gonna kill every single last one of you, and then myself, and then set out on a quest to destroy everything. He's a puppet who knows he's a puppet and is not happy about it. For those of the 40k inclined, you know how Horus, right before he died, realized that's what's going on?
Wait.
Oh, realized what's going on?
Horus died?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And had his moment of lucidity. Archaon's that all the time. Archaon is just like aware of his role as a puppet and fucking hates it.
God, I just think of like when you're being woken up by someone and you had like a shit night, you barely got any sleep, you were just tossing and turning and you only just got to sleep, and someone wakes you up and instead and when you feel that urge of like, I kind of wish I could kill you right now, he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it, I'm up, fuck you, we're all gonna die, and I'm gonna get some sleep.
That's not an experience I've had.
Oh, well, I have.
See, when I get woken up, it's either my alarm or it's my wife being like, I'm going to work, I love you, here's a goodbye hug and kiss, and it's like, oh, this is nice. Or it's like the weekend and she's like, I made breakfast. So Archaon tasked a guy called Darkhorn, the Devourer, to kill all the Orruks.
Oh.
And he did a fantastic job, just slaughtering an insane, uncountable amount. And yet,
why is it always
there was always
like
more
Devourer?
Orruks.
Why is it always like Devourer? Why can't it just be like, you know, Clive, the French?
It's probably a demon-y guy.
No, it's just Clive the Frenchman. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only title he gets. Sorry if your name is Clive and you're French. And also on another count of that, sorry that you're French.
Bodied. I for one like the French, but you know.
I have a very nice
Anyway.
French-Canadian friend. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop dogging on the French. Or the Canadians. Too easy.
No.
Because, I mean, that's the Australian motto. If we're not dogging on you, we don't like you.
No.
If we're not calling
But also,
you
if we are dogging on you, there is a real chance we actually just genuinely don't like you.
Yeah, it's usually contextual.
You'll never know. So, they're killing an insane amount of orcs, and yet, there are always more Orruks, and they were excited every time. Chaos was there for a genocide, and the Orruks were there for a party. In a place called Splitbone Pass, the valleys are filled to the top with the bodies of Chaos Warriors. Along with other slaughters, eventually, Archaon just leaves Gur to the Orruks and goes to fight Death and Shaish and mounts Darkhorn's skull on his fortress.
Honestly, excellent version of, like, interior decorating. Well, exterior decorating. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like a no soliciting sign, but for Warhammer. No soliciting if you are one of these species. Well, so that if you're a new species, you walk up to the door, you knock, and you're like, am I going to be a new Spike? Or do they like me?
Darkhorn's the guy that he sent to kill all the orcs, and he didn't do a good job, so he got murked himself.
Well, that's what he fucking did.
Skull mounted.
I'm going to kill all the orcs. The orcs, lol, were just spores.
Yeah.
You ever tried to get rid of a black mold infestation on your own? Yeah. There's your answer. Good luck.
Yeah, so this is the Cruel Boys. So during the Age of Chaos, a bunch of Cruel Boys poison a bunch of human refugees with garbage and filth, so they got dysentery. So then Nurgle converts them, and now the Cruel Boys are stuck in a garden of Nurgle, hoisted by their own petard. They survive for several weeks until Nurgle, just so impressed, lets them leave, but does infect them with some diseases, and they are still around to this day, just sort of Nurgle orcs. Orcs.
Norks.
Yeah, Norks. And then they went to fucking Spyro.
Thank you.
And that brings us to a very abrupt end. Jesus, that is abrupt. There's definitely stuff here that I missed. Wow, this is going to be like a 30, 40 minute recording. I spent 2 months doing a 40-minute recording. Jesus, okay. I've been busy. There's definitely stuff here that I missed that could have fit in, but then it'll be covered in next week's episode. We'll talk about the Uruk subcultures. Did I say next week? It's not going to be next week, but it should be 2 weeks.
It's got to be sometime. And if we disappear again, we still love you. We're just really bad at scheduling ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's more me and work, and yeah. We'll talk about the Uruk subcultures and their difference in modern Uruk history. Anyway, sorry about the 2-month hiatus. Again, it's holiday time, so my work hours are different, and there should therefore I should have more time. I'm also no longer having to get up at 6 a.m. for work, which is annoying because I finally adapted to that. So that will give me more energy. Anyway, thanks for waiting. Should also be doing more shorts. Again, Corgi bungled the instructions. I don't know, very
Instructions
detailed
unclear, did a really...
delay instead of like a 30-minute sketch, which was the point. But yeah, I want to at least be doing those. And then sometime this week I'll be working on the stuff, probably tomorrow.
Sometime this week I'll be French.
No. After this video is up, then I'll be writing. And I will have time, and it'll be nice. And I'm free of interruptions, and I don't have to get much shit done. It's all good. I'm enjoying having free time to actually do the things that I want to do instead of work.
Like play Dispatch and then laugh as I cry.
Yeah. It's work, and then it's like, oh, you finished work. And I don't even work that much. It was just like, oh, you worked, but you're also like tired because you slept like 6 hours. There was a day where I slept, it was 2 days in a row, and I slept a total of 4 hours because my body just went, fuck you, you're not sleeping. I had to call in sick because the first day it was fine because it was just like, it was fine. But then the other day I had to like drive for an hour and a half, and I'm like, I am not safe to be on the road. So then I called in sick.
Oh, that's just like me. I'm not safe to be on the road.
Yeah.
But for a very different reason.
Yeah. And then I tried to go to sleep, and then I couldn't. Anyway. Point is, I will have time to do the things that I actually want to do instead of work. And then other work, and then housework, and then calling and managing and doing shit and doing fucking bullshit. I can actually get work done.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Warhammer related. About like 3 months ago, I started building Croxagores. Again, Croxagores. Those are 3 models. I started building 3 models Croxagores. And yesterday, at time of recording, or day before, Friday, I think. So 2 days before time of recording, I finished building the Croxagores, and they're primed and ready to paint.
Allegedly.
It took me 3 months to build and prime fucking Croxagores because it was just like, well, I have an hour, 30 minutes to just build a little bit of Croxagores before I have to go do something. But yeah, that'll get posted in like 4 months, 3 months. Because it's a gift for someone and I can't post it before I get to give them the gift, and they're not in the country at the moment. So, meh. Anyway, look forward to Croxagores pictures.
I was just letting you go on that rant, man.
I have work in
2 minutes.
3.5 hours.
2 minutes.
Yeah. I have to drive. I have to drive in traffic for 40 minutes, and then I have to drive in traffic 40 minutes back. Ugh.
But at least
and then I have to drive in traffic home. I have to drive somewhere. Then I have to do a thing, and then I have to drive somewhere. I have to drive back to office, and then I have to drive from office to home, and it's all in peak traffic time. And it's fucking hot. Fuck. There was something else I was gonna say that was actually related to the podcast, but I don't fucking remember. Oh yeah. Complain to Corgi about how she's writing, doing good art and not doing 30-minute sketches, so that way you are getting denied like 3-minute shorts about just like random shit that I want to talk about. Oh, that was the thing I wanted to talk about. Sausage talk. So that short about the silent people. So I know I said like, oh, I'll be doing a short next week for the few people that saw that post, and then it didn't come out because I bought the mic. What happened was I wrote a short, and then I didn't like it. Not in the sense that I didn't like it, just more that I'm a pedantic prick.
Pedantic.
I said pedantic prick.
You are a prick,
and
yeah.
it was just like, it's got to be it's the first short of this thing, and it has to be something interesting rather than something that we like already know is like tangential. So I wrote a thing that was like already an information that was in one thing, and then I wrote another thing, but then it was just sort of like, and then I was like thinking, and then I was writing this, and then I not stumbled upon, but like, I mentioned the silent people, and I'm like, fucking no one knows about the silent people. It's such a small thing. I want to actually talk about the silent people. So then I wrote one about the silent people, then I recorded the thing about the silent people, and then I got Corgi to draw the picture of the silent person. So that's why it got delayed by like 4 weeks, it was because of me just being like, nah, I don't like it. Nah, I don't like it. Nah, I don't like it. I wrote fucking 3 different ones. I went, nah, I don't like it. And then finally settled on one that I like. And then the 2 that Corgi are drawing is the ones that have like that are written. So once Corgi finishes a fucking artwork, they should be out a lot quicker. One of them I need to source a specific quote, and then another one I need to just add a little bit more detail. But other than that, they're pretty much finished. Anyway, that's it. That's the sausage talk. That's the end of the video. It's over. Usually this recording is like 2 hours and it's an hour 10. So this will probably end up being like a 40 to 30 minute video. Damn it. So it's gonna be longer.
Womp womp.
Anyway, womp womp. Have fun. I'll see you hopefully soon. Hopefully not in 2 months.
Have a day. Have a day of your selection.
Have a day. If your work doesn't suck, enjoy it. If your work does suck, I hope you zone out. I hope you zone out and your time passes quickly. I was going to tell a story and then I realized that's not a story I can tell. It's not about work. It's just about a thing in the background that I've been Stockholm syndromed into enjoying. A thing that I would never, like, enjoy in my life. And then now I've just been Stockholm syndromed into enjoying. But I'll tell Corgi about that after. Anyway, goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Like, I could, in theory, put a boat under your bed. Technically, I sleep on top of a picture of Lord Croak, and my wife doesn't know. But
wow,
that's because if you saw my what video was it?
You're asking the person that
Primarch tier list. The Primarch tier list. That whiteboard still has the pictures of all the Primarchs on them, which included Lord Croak, and I needed to store it somewhere, so I got stored under my bed. So it's just under my bed with all the Primarchs. So I do sleep on pictures of all of the Primarchs and Lord Croak.
Basically, the developers were found to have stolen the code for most of
Oh, so that's what happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty... I think it's that. And they've just decided, well, we're fucked. We're just going to lean so far into AI that even though everyone fucking hates it, we're going to keep doing it because fuck you. We already have your money and also pay for our subscription service, so you have the privilege. You should find what
app they stole the code from and use that one.
No, I think it was just like open, like they stole a code from GitHub.
Oh, open source code.
Shit was fucked. So this episode and all future episodes are going to be in Procreate, which on the bright side is my home turf. But also on the downside,
it also might make
I ain't that good.
Exporting quicker because those files are enormous.
Just like me.
That you said me, which is good for me because it makes them not lose visual fidelity when I zoom in and out. But it also does make the export like 4 hours long. It's insane. I exported, when I was at TAFE, 4K, 10-minute, short films, and they exported in like 3 minutes, and then exporting this fucking podcast, an audio podcast that has still images, and it takes 4 hours. So it might be quicker now.
Or not. It might be worse.
Yeah. There's some sausage talk at the end of the video. Because I'm definitely not keeping this at the beginning of the video, but I am keeping it in the video. Anyway.
Leave your sausage out of this, bro.
Ha 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 ha. I would be doing a shit... fuck. I'm pretty sure Justin Trudeau is married.
Not anymore. He's dating Katy Perry.
This doesn't sound right.
Look it up. I'm not kidding. I am not shitposting you. He is... They even did I think it was a hard launch of their relationship when... He invited her to meet some Japanese ministers.
Oh yeah, they separated in 2023.
Yeah, he's with an astronaut.
Oh yeah. He's dating Katy Perry. Man, first black prime minister of Canada really settled for Katy Perry, huh?
Well, I mean, she did write Dark Horse, so probably spoke to him.
Right.
Sorry.
I don't know what Dark Horse is.
It's a song.
I don't know that song.
She did that song with Juicy J. It's the one where she pretends to be a pharaoh in Egypt.
Yeah. That is the black that he dressed as. I love talking to people about Justin Trudeau, and I always just be like, first black prime minister of Canada. And they always look at me for weird, and then they think about it and go, oh yeah, the blackface. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. It's a thing that happened multiple times, but yeah.
Yeah, you'd think after the first time you'd be like, oh wow, this was super racist of me. I should really never do that again. But then again, next Halloween I don't have a costume.
Yeah. Anyway.
Don't you just love minstrel shows? Oh, hey, Prime Minstrel. Ha!
Jesus. Okay.
So stupid, but it might be the best joke.
I was tempted cutting this, but it's staying in for that anyway.
Yeah, that is the worst. That is the best joke I've ever made, and I'm sad.
Yeah, it wasn't even that good, but it was dumb enough.
Yeah, Prime Minister.
Anyway,